Well, this morning we kicked off our Friday with those snow showers. That winter storm already here, now leading to a blizzard warning. Few counties have been upgraded to that warning. That'll go into effect at 5 o'clock this evening for Stevenson, Joe Davis, Carroll, and Whiteside counties. That again is a blizzard warning. We have now, or at least will meet that criteria for blizzard warning, which is wind gusts up to 35 miles an hour. This warning features gusts up to 50 at times. Also need these conditions for about 3 hours with visibility up to a quarter of a mile, if not less than that. And of course, blowing snow as we head into the rest of our day today. That's really going to be a threat for everyone. The rest of us still under that winter storm warning. All of these warnings and alerts will expire at noon on Saturday. So buckle up because there is plenty of what that came from, especially what we saw this morning. Here's what Exact Track looks like right now. You can see a lot of that snow moving through, especially further to the west, a little bit heavier through Whiteside, Lee, and even parts of Ogle County, but a little bit of a lull throughout DeKalb and even parts of Freeport as well. So might get some breaks between some of that snow, but it's going to really start to build back in, especially once we get into our afternoon. As far as your road conditions go, from what we saw this morning, roads are covered with snow this morning, so make sure you give yourself extra and ample time and space if you do have to travel. If you don't, I would recommend staying home. Don't want to get caught out in some of those hazardous conditions. Really going to see much of the same, and this morning, that's thanks to a couple inches that we picked up. In fact, DeKalb, you're up to 6 inches. Now, this is all just from 8 o'clock this morning, so might have to top off these totals once we get those updated. Just below 4 inches near Ashton, Timberlane, in Boone County as well, just over 3 inches for Loves Park, and we're going to continue to see, of course, several more inches pile up as we continue to see that activity moving in. Now, speaking of, let's break that down here on Future Track. As we head into the late morning, so just after our midday show and into the early afternoon, you'll notice still that little bit of a lull, especially further to the east. But another thing that we're concerned with is where exactly that rain and snow line is going to set up. That's the latest trend right now. It may reach areas near I-88, stretching even from places like Amboy all the way up into parts of McHenry County if it travels that far north. Right now, though, the biggest concern is really going to be within DeKalb County. How much rain is really going to mix in with some of those snow showers? But let's take you through the rest of the afternoon. Now, as we get closer really to about 4:30, this is 4:18 on Future Track, you can really make out that some of those heavier bands of snow moving through. We're going to transition back to some of that wet, heavy snow, also potentially bringing some intense snowfall rates, anywhere from 1 inch to 2 inches per hour. This just in time through that evening commute. So as we head into the rest of our evening, then into tonight, this is about 10:30. What's going to happen is those temperatures are going to start to drop. So that wet, heavy snow is going to transition to a little bit lighter, drier, and fluffier snow. So that's going to result in a better chance of a lot of that snow to be blown around. We're going to continue to see the snow falling overnight, but once we get early into Saturday, this about 4 a.m., a lot of us still sleeping. That snow is going to start to exit. Might be left behind with some flurries in the morning, but blowing snow is still going to be a concern. We're still nice and gusty into the morning. Speaking of, let's break down that timeline. So first up is going to be a little bit of that break, but wet, dense snow is going to move right back in throughout your evening. That's where we're going to see a potential for those inch to 2 inch rates per hour, then that fluffy snow, and then we'll see those winds gusting near 50 miles an hour for some. That's why a few of our counties were upgraded to that blizzard warning in terms of how much snow we'll get. 7 to 11 inches for a lot of us. Some of us are either halfway there or almost there as we head into the rest of tonight. So again, those impacts, blizzard-like conditions, whiteout conditions as well. That fluffy snow is going to be blown around and potentially even leading to drifts. Then we have a wind chill watch that goes into effect 6 p.m. tomorrow. We are dangerously cold once that snow is out of here. We might even stay in those negatives into Monday and Tuesday. And in your most accurate 10-day forecast, we're going to end up seeing your wind chill values falling well below zero, 20 to 30 below zero early next week. Although the good news is we have some chances for some sunshine now, and I know it doesn't help much when you're so cold, but it does look like we're back in the teens by next Wednesday. I'm going to send it over to Manny Sopanon, who's out in the field, bringing us updates on what he's seeing out there. Manny.